What's going on, Ingram Muscle family?
What's up, guys?
I'm Tony.
And I'm Brittany.
And welcome back to our channel, man. Hey, last week was a big week for us.
Yes, you guys.
And we paid off our debt, so we're finally debt
free.
Let's go.
We're debt free, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Hey, man. So, if you have not seen our debt-free story, there's two parts. So we're going to leave the link below. You can click on the link and go check out both parts 1 and 2. So, but in this video, we want to talk about the 5 things, major things that we had to do in order to pay off $235,000 fast.
In 19 months.
In 19 months. So we've been getting a lot of questions about how do we do it. So we want to break down those 5 things here in this video. So we're going to start off with the first thing, and Brittany's going to kick us off.
All right. So the first thing, and this is in no particular order. This is not like what we did first. But the first thing we want to mention is we utilize our tribe when getting out of debt. So what I mean by that is, as far as childcare goes, my mother-in-law, Tony's mom.
Shout out to Mama Boogie.
She came to stay with us for a year. And because we had our home at the time, we had enough space for her. She came to stay with us, and that really helped us out and really helped us save a lot of money in terms of childcare. So we didn't have to pay for daycare and nannies and things like that. I mean, it's very expensive, as you guys may know. School and all that. Harley now goes to public school, so we didn't have to pay for private school. The only thing that we had to pay for was her gymnastics, and that really wasn't that expensive because of the pandemic.
Yeah.
A few months was like shaved off, so we didn't have to pay for it for a few months. But yeah, we just really utilize our tribe. So if you are getting out of debt and you have children, or you are a single mom, we got some people hit us up about that too. Use your support group, use your village. You know, childcare can get expensive. So if you have that support from your friends, your parents, maybe a coworker that you trust, someone that you trust with your children, of course, see if they can take care of them, on the weekend, or see if they can take care of them after school or something like that, just to kind of break it up in terms of having to pay for childcare during the week and on the weekends. So that really, really helped us, and that saved us thousands of dollars.
Yeah. And it allowed both of us to work.
Yes.
The key thing. So the second thing that we did that was huge, we sold our new car. All right, we mentioned this in our debt-free journey story, but we bought a Jeep 2018. We actually leased it, and we only had it for about a year. And once we decided to get out of debt, that was like one of the first things we did. We sold the Jeep. So we have been getting questions about, I didn't know you could sell a lease, things like that. FYI, I used to sell cars for 4 years before I joined the Navy. So if y'all got questions about buying cars, you can please shoot me a message. Anyway, you can sell a lease. And what we did was we shopped around. We actually went through Kelley Blue Book. Kelley Blue Book used to be where you could just look up how much trade-in value or suggested retail value is for your car if you're looking to get rid of it. The only dealership that would give you money just right on the spot was CarMax. But now they have it where you can actually get your car sold through Kelley Blue Book. And so basically we put all the information in online, and then they told us, okay, this is a rough estimate on how much we think you can get for this Jeep. These are the dealerships that will be interested in buying it from you. So you have to take it up there so they can do their estimate and everything. And so that's what we did. We made it. It was very simple. Brittany did the whole process because I wasn't here. And she took it to the dealership. It was a BMW dealership, as a matter of fact. And they gave us pretty much what Kelley Blue Book said the car, what they could give us. So basically, Kelley Blue Book cut us a check. Took it to the dealership. They bought it from us, and we had negative equity, of course, and we had to borrow more money in order to cover that negative equity. But instead of us having $45,000 in debt, we had $13,000 now because we had to borrow for the negative equity, and then we had to purchase a new car, a used car. It was a 2003 Honda, which is what I drive. So that was one of the huge sacrifices that we made.
Yeah.
So.
And I want to speak to that really quickly. One of the major reasons that we saw that we needed to sell the Jeep is because it was not conducive to our lifestyle.
True.
You know, I drive 77 miles to work. Tony drives 72 miles to work. And so it was a gas guzzler. It wasn't a great commuter's car. So we didn't feel like that car was something that we wanted to roll over into our debt snowball.
True.
So had we had the car for maybe, a few years, and we only owed like a few $1,000s left on the car, and it was a great commuter's car, then we probably would have kept the car. But because it was a Jeep Wrangler, we only had it for a year. We were already over on our miles in terms of our lease. It was not good on gas because we're commuters. It just made sense to let it go and to sell it. So.
And we bought that Jeep before we actually moved to where we are now. So we wasn't driving that far. So hindsight, we probably wouldn't have got it. You know what I'm saying? But you live and you learn, man. Yep. So if you're thinking about buying a new car, think about all the logistics and where you could end up in your life. So all right. So the next thing, third thing.
Okay. So the third thing is we both are commuters, like we just talked about. Tony is in the Navy, and I am a celebrity makeup artist, and I work in LA. So we both decided that, we were going to have two incomes, but that was a great sacrifice. That meant that Tony had to drive to work, drive to San Diego, and I had to drive to LA. And we chose a midway spot to live, so that we both could drive to work. But that's a sacrifice that we had to make, If we could have just said, okay, you know what, Brittany, you're not going to drive to work, and we'll just have one income. But instead, I was pregnant. I drove to work a lot. I did stay in LA 2 nights out of the week because I was pregnant. And thank God we did have my mother-in-law here. So she was able to be with Harley while I was staying in LA 2 nights out of the week working. So, but that was a huge sacrifice that we made in order to meet our financial goals.
Right. And Brittany she worked all the way up until 36 weeks. Yeah. And so she was like pregnant, y'all. Yeah. Driving back and forth. So that was a huge sacrifice. Huge. We really a lot of prayer. We communicated a lot because, if you guys are familiar with LA traffic, it's a nightmare.
It is.
And so my wife being pregnant, she couldn't drink coffee because she was pregnant. So it's a huge sacrifice. And the fact that we were able to break it up where she could stay overnight in LA, that helped out a ton, which means that she was away from home more, so she wouldn't get to see Harley during the week most of the time. But that was part of the sacrifice, and we had to keep that in mind. What's the purpose right now? The purpose is to crush this debt by any means necessary. And so that's what we did. We were able to make that sacrifice.
Yeah. So, I took the job knowing that I was going to have to travel 5 days a week. But I took the job knowing also that we had a financial goal that we were trying to meet. And, of course, me working on this project was going to help us expedite that goal.
So, yeah, we got a lot of questions about how much money we made and all that stuff. So, we made over 6 figures, just FYI. But, a lot of sacrifice and stuff like that. So, all right. So, the next thing, number four thing that we did was we sacrificed holidays. All right. One thing that we do as a family is we don't really celebrate holidays like that. Like Valentine's Day and all that stuff. We decided right at the beginning that we wasn't gonna celebrate holidays. We still celebrate the intent behind like Christmas and Thanksgiving, but as far as buying gifts and everything, very minimal. Harley had like $100 budget this year or this past year for Christmas and in 2019. And so we wanted to make sure that we stayed focused on our goals, We wasn't going to let any holidays dictate our future, right? The only thing that we did celebrate was birthday, and that was very minimal, and anniversary, and that was very minimal. But as long as we got love.
Yeah. And Harley enjoyed her birthday, and she enjoyed Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
And then plus she got presents from like our family members as well. So she got presents from her grandparents, some of my cousins, or, you know, her godparents. So yeah, she was set.
She was fine, you know. And so yeah, we definitely just bit the bullet and was like, you know what, this is our life. We don't have to go at the beat of the world's drum. And so if you're on the fence about like celebrating holidays and all that stuff, man, just think about it. What's your goals? What's more important? Like this one day, don't allow that one day to throw your whole goal off. Don't allow that one day to stress you out when it don't have to be. And so that was one of the things that we did.
Yep.
So number 5, the 5th thing that we did was we sold our house. All right, we sold that brand new house that we had just bought in 2019. It was brand new, freshly built. The first reason why we sold it was originally I had orders to Japan. And so we ran the numbers, said, okay, does it make sense to rent this house out in this area or sell it? The numbers came back and, you know, we did our research. It made sense to sell the home. Our thing was, man, as long as we break even on the house, we're good, right? As long as we don't have to bring any money out of pocket, because we knew how much equity could we have out of this house
in 18 months.
In 18 months, we barely had it for less than 2 years, and so shout out to our realtor Jamie.
Thank you, Jamie.
Jamie Gravala. Shout out to her because she was a rock star. She made all this work, and as a matter of fact, Brittany did all this by herself. Her and Jamie. I was on deployment, y'all. I was on deployment. So we sold the house. Thinking that we were going to Japan. Guess what happened? Tony blew out his Achilles tendon. Blew my Achilles tendon out, y'all. So I had surgery in December, and then they canceled my orders because I wasn't able to go. I wasn't fit for duty. So right now I'm still in the healing process, and so we moved to a 2-bedroom apartment just to like a holding area because we were like, all right, we'll go there for a few months, get ready to go to Japan. I hurt myself. Those orders got canceled. Now we're here longer, right? And so it's like, okay, now what? God is sitting us down, slowing us down. He's got a different plan for us. That's what we believe, right? And so the biggest blessing was to sell that house, and we made profit on it, made good profit on it. And so we took that profit, paid our tithes first, and we put the rest on the debt. So that really accelerated.
It sped it up,
Accelerated a lot. It was over 30,000. 34,000 was the profit. And so paid the tithes and then put the rest on it. And so those are the 5 things that we did, you guys. It was huge in our sacrifice and how we paid off this debt so fast in 19 months?
Yeah. So I know to a lot of people, 19 months is a very short period of time. But if you can make some huge sacrifices and not worry about what the outside world is going to think, you will really expedite your debt-free journey. And it really just depends on how fast you want to get out of debt.
That's right.
You know, because if we wanted to roll our Jeep into our debt snowball, we could have. It just would have taken us a little longer to get out of debt. We knew and understood that the quicker we get out of debt, the faster we can start building wealth. And that's the main important thing to us, is building wealth and setting ourselves free and setting ourselves up for financial peace and financial freedom.
That's right.
So I just think that was like everything worked out the way it should. And plus we ended up being in quarantine where I wasn't driving, and it was a great time to sell the home in terms of the market because the inventory during this time is super low. So everybody was like overbuilding for a house. So it was just a great time. It was like, if you don't love this house, you know this house is not your dream home. It's not that we didn't love it. We did love the house, but we thought we were moving to Japan. So we were like, okay, we are not going to rent it out. But anyways, you guys get the point. We make some great sacrifices, but in hindsight, it all was worth it, and it all turned out to be a blessing. And just because we're here now, kind of waiting to see what our next move is, we feel so much at peace. You know, and super content about it. So make those sacrifices, you guys.
Yeah, man. Don't be scared. Don't be afraid. Put them blinders on. Put your head down and grind.
Yeah.
Grind. So it's the main thing. Thank you guys for stopping by.
Yes.
Like we said, if you have not checked out our debt-free journey part 1 and 2, we'll leave a link in below. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification bell. Make sure you like this bad boy. All right, share it with your friends, man.
Yes.
We're here to inspire and motivate. All right, that's why we're here, and we know you guys want to do the same thing. All right, we're here to grow our faith, grow in fitness, and grow in freedom.
That's right.
All right, we'll see you guys next time.
Bye, guys.
Already.